All right, here we go. Launching Wall Street sizing up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Where's my stream? There it is. This is insider stock buys to trade on Friday. We do a lot of research with insider buys, dark pools, the options. Today, the dark pools and options, I did not see anything that I liked that I could correlate between the two, but I did see a ton. As the channel knows, the stocktrade.tips Telegram channel knows, we had a ton of insider sizing up today, or in the past 2 or 3 days, really. Russell was up today, so that's good. So let's just go ahead and start and get to it, what we came here to do, and let's look at what we trade tomorrow. First up, let's take a look back because we had some big wins today. I know a lot of guys, at least 2 guys on the channel had ZY. We had talked about them, I don't know, maybe 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. It's not like we had called them out, but it was up 76% today. Congratulations to them. Good job there. SCR was up 79, and then some other ones that I did not. VNE, heard of Profound Medical, but never really had a alert on them. All right, with that being said, I'm going to do these insiders really quick, and then no dark pools today or options, and then I'm going to talk a little bit about crypto. All right, we're off. Here we go. First up, we had a ton. So let me just refresh this to make sure I'm not missing one. And I am missing one. I'm missing 2, actually. And a big one just came in. It is a option, so it does not matter. All right. I have pumped up the screen here. Let's start at the bottom, move our way up. Now, a lot of these did not have the volume. Good stocks. Good stocks are sized up on. Didn't have a pump yet. Just low volume stocks, and I'll go through them right now. They are. Here we go. First, during the day, we had Caterpillar. I like this stock. Again, you've got exposure into Caterpillar into any S&P 500 ETF, so it's not a stock that I would trade, but you can certainly trade that on this information here that a director sized up yesterday on them. Next up, we looked at, so we had 2 directors on HMST that sized up yesterday. One was 37.50, one was 38.46. One bought 2,000 shares, one bought 10,000 shares, right? So the thing with the HMST, again, I kind of like the stock, but it's got such low volume, guys. Like it's under 100, or it's right at like between 150 and like 90K. It's just not going to move for you. It's just a slow burn. Now, one of the ones we did like was this iambull, because one, it's a CEO sized up. Now, it goes back to 730. I don't know why they didn't. I'm not sure why it was not filed, because it needed a size up like this. An SEC filing by the CEO needs to be filed within 2 days. It's 730, but still relevant. He bought 86,000 shares for $250,000. Let's look at that stock really quick. iambull is it was up 4% today, but you can see where it landed, right? So it as of yesterday, it broke the lower support level. It looks like a wedge down for sure. It broke lower support and pushed its way back up today. 4% today. It was up almost 5, and it hit. It looks like it hit the 20-day and pulled back a little bit. Again, he bought on 730, so he bought. Where did he buy at? Right here when it hit the 20-day, back on the 730. It's gone down since then, and now it's going back up. So he is still underwater in this trade, he being the CEO. And again, you can see the average volume is 1.7 million. As of today, it was 900,000. All right, next up, that's iambull. I do like that stock. You can book me on that one. Next up is DRTT. All right, DRTT. Low volume, I still like it. I believe I've got it up top. we had a fund size up as of today, and at 440, 1.5 million shares for right at a $7 million larger buy. It's DRTT. You can see it here. It's in a great uptrend. It's in an up channel pattern. The average volume, the volume today was 125,000. Doesn't have a real, I mean, it's got 36,000 share float, so it's a smaller float, but it's not real small like you see in the meme stock, like a lot of meme stocks. Although 36,000 or 36 million can be pushed. But if you look at this channel, it is, you know, clear. It's bouncing off of the upper trend line. It's had 3 straight down days. That's not a very good sign. I believe that's called the 3 soldiers, if I recall. But it went under this trend line. It's also gone under the 20-day. It bounced above it and then it ended the day below it. So the director that traded this believes that it will be up tomorrow, and so that's why I like the stock. But again, guys, it's not going to move very fast. Again, 125,000 shares is all that was traded today out of 36 million. All right, that's that one. That's DRTT. And that was a 10%, or sorry, that was a fund that owns 10% of the entire company. Univar, I did not write them down. I'm not sure what I feel about them. I like Delta as a reopening stock. The problem is I am not going to call out airlines. I certainly wouldn't be buying them right now. They are down, so if you're in it for the long term, it's probably a long-term buy. It's not one that I'm going to get to though. Let me go back to Univar real quick because I actually remember I did like Univar. A director sized up because I've got them up top here. Yeah, director sized up for 7,000 shares, $166,000 larger position today. That's why I liked it. I don't want to mess that up. All right. Oh man, this chart is all over the place. So it was in a huge uptrend up until June 10th, and then now we're in a bad way downtrend. But the bottom trend line has stayed intact. The major support line is still there, and what they're betting is that it will bounce off this trend line like it has 7 other times going back to November, right? So that's what they're betting. The next resistance is going to be at 24.35, so almost $1 from where it is now, and that will be the trend line resistance. But it's sitting right on the 20-day as well. It does have fairly good volume, not great. 745,000 shares were traded out of 168 million shares. So understand that. Let me see what their income is. 63. So market cap is 4 billion. The sales is 8 billion, but they only make 62 million. It's a basic materials and it's a chemical company. You'd expect to see more out of them as far as margin. That is crazy. But anyway, all right. So there's that one. So Univar, Embio, DRTT, and CECE, Environmental Corp, director sized up at 688. Didn't take a huge bite out of it, but it was today. I like the stock, low volume. It's not my call. BHE, same exact thing, except here you've got an EVP and a CFO/CFO on Benchmark Electronics, BHE. They set up on 8.3. Looking again, low volume stock. I would like it, but I'm not trading low volume stocks. I got burned there. MGY. Here we go. I like MGY. MGY is an oil and gas corp, though, right? Is an old school play. Chairman of the board, CEO, sized up at $14 per share, 50,000 shares, $700,000 larger position today. Let's look at that stock real quick. All right. clearly a nice, extremely nice chart. Channel up. It is up for the year. And it's just bouncing off the trend lines, which is what you like to see. And the reason you see a lot of these stocks that do this is because that is what's being traded heavily, or what insiders or what funds like to trade, whether the volume's up or not. All right, so here we have the up channel bounced off the upper trend line in July 1st, and then has gone into, had some really bad days, but it is sitting on the lower trend line. It bounced up today off of the 50-day. It looks like I had an iron cross at some point. Yeah, it bounced off the 50-day. I'm looking at this now, guys, like I just turn on the channel and go to work. They traded today, so they expect this to go through that 50-day trend line tomorrow. It's an oil and gas. Again, I would not trade the stock unless crude is up tomorrow. Today, crude started at 68. I don't know what it ended the day, but I'd like to see crude above 70. If it's above 70 tomorrow, MGY is a trade for me. And that's where I'll leave it. Let me look at their float. Float's big. High short interest is low. They do $560 million in sales. So, all right, that is, so MBio, UNVR, MGY, if crude is there, DRTT, but understand it's going to be a low volume. Those are the ones. Now, let's see what else we got in here. Prague, we looked at them yesterday. This is twice in the same day, a CFO, and I believe yesterday was a CEO. You might look at them. I'm just not feeling it. I really don't have a reason, except that, what just happened? We're still online here, guys. I had YouTube say I'm not. And then I would look at, just looking at these, Omega, do not look at this because this is a option. All right, really quick, let's go the swaggy stocks. Let me refresh here. Here's some stuff that we're looking at tomorrow. Support, I got burned on it today. MMAT is up. A lot of guys on the channel like it. It is in the top 3 now. CTXR, I'm not sure what it did today. OCGN has earnings tomorrow, and I believe it hits tomorrow morning. Check me on that, but I believe it hits tomorrow morning, so be prepared for that. ATOS was up. TSOI, I'm not even sure what that is. And KYNC, not sure what that is. GNUS, but a lot of these are getting more mentions. Get a lot more blockchain stocks today, and we're getting that because, let me refresh this. And Bitcoin's climbing. It's above 40. It's knocking on the door of 41. Like I told you guys, Ethereum would be up over 2,800 as of the EIP 1559 London hard fork. Here's the deal with that. They've already burned 3,200 ETH tokens, right? They expect to burn about 1.5 to a million. Well, it could be 500,000 depending, but every block they're burning coins, right? And so the highest is going to be 1.5 million. That's the most that coins that will be burned this year. That's going to do away with $5 billion. And so if you take the number of the 116 million coins out there and take 5 billion off of them, that'll give you how much more can be tacked on to the share price whenever that is, right, at the end of the year. But again, expect this to go, I don't know if I expect it to go back to 4,000, but I expect it to be high threes for sure by the end of the year. Bitcoin, same way. I know it'll be above 50. I'm not sure if it's going to make the 64. I had a $78,000 target on it. I sure hope it gets there. I'm not sure if it does, right? There's just so many headwinds. They seem correlated. They seem very, not just correlated, but timed correctly, if you would. So, all right, going to get to some questions. My boy Christopher Cook, Chris, love you. Thanks. Chris was one of my first guys. When I started doing YouTube like a year ago, Chris was one that always had a comment for me. And so we always talked. I'm doing good, brother. I have mentioned lithium before. There's a big press release for half vehicles to be electric in the future, according to Biden. Yeah. So there are a couple of ETFs. There is one. So you want to look at rare earth ETFs. Look at rare earth ETFs if you want to go long lithium and EV, electric vehicles. Of course, you can get into Tesla and Blink and ChargePoint. You can do those, right? But if you really want to go long, rare earth minerals too, one's gone up 45% this year. So, and that's an ETF. So, yes, you would want to hold that long. Look, I think rare earth is going to, it's going to be here for you. There's not a whole lot of it. And if there is, if they find some, it's very hard to get to. And a lot of it right now is in China, which is a real issue, especially with the supply chain. So understand what rare earth is. Lithium, there's like 6 in there, rare earth. So that's it, guys. I appreciate it. Sorry I went so long. I'll try to go shorter next time, but these are all important. And I think that we explained ourselves today. Find us at stocktrade.tips in the Telegram channel. We appreciate you guys watching 6 of Heart and Paint. We will see you tomorrow, Friday.